Hola, 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 and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura Rods, and I am a private counselor and holistic life coach. I help you create the life that you deserve by connecting the body, the mind, and the spirit, all through self-love and self-care. Today, we're starting a brand new series for the month of July called Independence. I feel like I should have brought like a little flag or something representing independence, but I don't have anything, so I apologize. However, I'm really excited and very happy about this topic, about this series, because in all honesty, I concentrate on self-love, self-care, and emotional independence in my practice. When I work with people one-on-one, or when I do coaching, or I do group therapy, or parenting classes, and all of the services that I provide in my practice, I focus on self-love, self-care, spirituality, and that is including emotional independence. More often than not, I see people depending on their specifically spouses or family members like mom or dad or siblings or people close to them for that validation. Specifically, validation is a big thing in my practice. I see people trying to fit in or waiting for the validation of others, going against their will to fit in, to please others, and to be loved. At the end of the day, I believe what we all crave and want is to be loved and accepted. But that comes with a big price. If we don't have self-love and emotional independence, we will never achieve life satisfaction, and we will never feel completely loved or accepted by others. First, we need to accept and understand and love ourselves. I see people struggling with self-love and emotional independence. We depend on them to validate us, to bring that self-esteem or that boost that we need, or to push us to move forward or to achieve new things and go after what we want. And a lot of the times we just can't depend on others. First, because other people have their lives as well, and they worried about other things going on in their lives, or maybe they're not at our level and they don't understand what we're going through. Maybe sometimes we need emotional support that our friends are not capable of doing or of giving, and we start resenting these people, and we start building this anger and resentment towards these people because they're not there for us the way we need them. However, we can never control the outside. We can never control what happens on the outside or what other people do or how they behave. We can only control ourselves. And one of the ways to do that is to actually grow and learn to be emotional independent. One of the things that I remember that I struggled with was that I thought when I got married, I truly, and this is a true story, I truly believed that my husband's job was to make me happy. No wonder why I was never happy in my marriage before I did therapy, because I was looking for something I never even had in me or even experienced on my own. So how can we feel happy and loved and accepted if we're not having that within? We don't have that connection with ourselves. We don't have that emotional independence or emotional awareness with ourselves. For example, one of the things I practice with my clients is to learn more emotions than the regular ones. I feel happy, I feel angry, I feel mad or sad. We have way more emotions than just like 5 or 10 that we actually mention when we are in therapy. Just learning to recognize and to name with description and different words the emotions that we're feeling in the moment is critical for us to build that emotional independence and self-awareness that we need in our lives. So how do we build this emotional independence? Well, I'll give you 3 things or 3 tools that you can use and you can practice on your own to build that boost of confidence, self-independence, self-love, and a powerful you. Number 1, practicing self-reflection. Self-reflection is a powerful tool that you can utilize to build that emotional independence. Understanding your emotions through journaling can be very beneficial for your mental health, for your self-esteem, for your self-love, specifically emotional independence. So write about your emotions. Concentrate on how you're feeling. One of the tools that I also teach my clients is to body scan. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling full of emotions, try to body scan. Body scan means sitting down by yourself in a quiet place where you can actually go through every part of your body and scan your emotions. How do you feel? Where do you feel the tension? Where do you feel the stress? Or where do you feel that sadness? Even if it's happiness, where do you feel it in your body? Connect with yourself is powerful. So practice self-reflection through journaling, through body scanning, through meditating or breathing. Number 2, build self-trust. One of the things that block me from having that emotional independence was that I didn't believe in myself. I thought I wasn't good enough. I wasn't smart enough. I didn't know better. So I let people, others outside, decide for me and make decisions for myself. Even though I knew I didn't want to do it, I would go with the flow, or I would go with what people would say, because first I didn't think I was good enough and I needed to have others make decisions for me because I wasn't confident, and also because I needed to please everyone in order to feel loved and accepted, which I never felt because I didn't accept or loved myself. So building that self-trust is critical for you to feel that self-love and feel satisfied with your life and around others. But how do you build a self-trust? Well, one of the things that I incorporated in my life when I started building my confidence was journaling. And one of the things that I also did, and I also recommend everyone in my practice, is to start making your own decisions. Trust your gut. Develop that trust with your gut first. What is your gut telling you? If it's something that you have to think twice or it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. That's just as simple as it gets when you build trust with yourself. Start by trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. If it doesn't feel good and if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. If it feels good, or if it feels scary, but it feels exciting and it gives you that itch, it gives you that butterflies in the stomach, that's a positive yes. Even when it feels scary, it's a good feeling. Scary doesn't mean negative. It means that you're scared of the outcome, but it's a positive feeling. It's a positive yes. So learning to build the self-trust by first trusting your gut, trusting your intuitions, connecting with your intuition, and also journaling. When I started journaling, when I started doing my work, I would make sure that I would make every single decision. Still to this day, I make every personal and professional decision on my own. I know I have my spouse, my husband. We debate and we discuss different topics and ideas, and we make decisions for the household and our kids and our future and things like that, because we share our lives together. But when it comes to myself, when it comes to my priorities, when it comes to my career, I make sure that I make those decisions on my own, because if I depend on others, I will never be satisfied and I won't feel good enough. One of the tools that I use is I draw a square on a page, I divide it in half, and I do the pros and the cons, whatever weighs more and whatever feels better for myself, I go with that. Sometimes, even when it doesn't feel good, even when I feel uncomfortable and I feel scared, I know that it's a positive feeling. So scary does not always mean negative. It can also mean hopeful. It can mean that you're growing. So learn to trust that, build that intuition within you, build that trust. And number three, embrace self-validation. Self-validation, I think it's something that we all struggle with because of society and also religion. We have been taught not to be too, I guess, conceited or selfish. We need to be humble. We need to be submissive. We need to always put others first, or we can never say good things about ourselves because you sound conceited or not humble. And that blocks our energy, our flow, and our self-love, our success, everything. Being confident with yourself and in yourself is critical. So all the things that I'm talking about today is actually something that you must do in order to be the person that you need to be and achieve happiness, purpose, success, and all these things that we crave and that we are here to experience in this life. One example that I wanted to share with you is that recently, actually, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I was in a meeting and I was with I think it was 274 people in the meeting, and we went into breakout rooms. So the question was, what were the obstacles that we were facing or we were anticipating that it would happen or we would face in the future? And I felt a little off, and I felt awkward, and I almost didn't share my truth. I was struggling to share that I'm not anticipating any obstacles. I know I can do this work, and I know I'm here to do it, and I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to give and receive. But it was so hard for me. It was really hard for me to say, you know what? I know that I'm ready to do this work. I know that I'm ready to give and receive, and I'm not anticipating any obstacles because I'm ready. Everything that comes my way, I'm ready to embrace, I'm ready to work on and succeed. At the end of the day, I know I will succeed. Oh my God, it was so hard to say those things because every single person in the group was saying how they were scared, they were not confident, they were not good enough, they were not experienced enough, they didn't know a lot, or they didn't know enough, all these obstacles that they were sharing. And I was the only person in the group. I think we were in a breakout room of like at least 25 people. And I was the only person who said, I'm confident. I know I got this. I know I can do this. I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to give and receive. And it took so long. It took so long. And it felt so awkward for me to voice my truth because it actually feels heavy because you don't know how others will perceive these things. We don't know how others will perceive you or me in this moment where we feel confident and we know we can do this. It's not something that we normalize. It's not something that our culture will accept or will feel like it's normal. So the more we do it, the more we embrace it, the more we're gonna practice, and the less scary it's going to be every time we want to share. One of the things that I also want to recommend you is to have a mirror. I call this my miracle mirror, and it's been with me for at least, I think, maybe 7, 8 years since I started my therapy and my journaling and my self-care, self-love journey. I was recommended by, actually, I heard it on a podcast, and this lady, Louise Hay, which I'm a big fan of, she was teaching about mirror work. And I bought my mirror. This is my miracle mirror, and I only use it to do my affirmations, to validate myself, to give myself the boost of confidence that I need, self-love, appreciate myself, give myself compliments, all these things that society feels or looks at in the negative way. I do it with my miracle mirror, and I practice it that way. So this is also a great tool that you can utilize to build that confidence and reassurance, and build that confidence and reassurance and the validation that you need on your own. The more you practice, the more confident you will be, and the less scary it will feel whenever you go out there and you share your truth. I hope this video helped. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you on my next video. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.